through how to create a Google Maps API key for use in the website. It used to be very easy to just embed maps and copy them from Google Maps, the embed code, but now we do actually need a key to use alongside it. So the first thing I'm going to do is just type in Google Maps API key. Okay, now this is actually going to take me to the top result, which is just going to give me some useful links and useful guidance. So the most important link here is the Google Cloud Platform Console, which essentially is going to allow us to set up a new application, a new instance or project within the Google Cloud Platform, of which we are going to use the API key for that project. So I'm going to click on this. It's going to take me to the Google Cloud Platform. Now we have a few options. We have our projects up here. You can create a new project simply by typing in your name, the organization it's attached to. But what I'm going to do is just use the test project that I've created here already. Now, the first thing we're going to want to do is enable the Google Maps JavaScript API here. So I'm going to be clicking on this, and I'm just going to click Enable. Now this is the JavaScript API allows us to use some slightly more complicated features than just the regular embed API. But I'm going to also I am also going to enable the Google Maps. I'm just going to enable the embed API as well, so that if we want to just simply embed something without doing any particular complicated customizations, we can do that too. The Maps Embed API, this one, and press Enable. Okay, so now we have our Maps and the Embed API enabled. So what I'm going to do now is press on Credentials, and I'm going to go to Navigation Menu, API and Services, and Credentials. Okay, now this is going to allow me to create credentials, or this API key that I can then use across all my Google Cloud Platform apps. But what we're actually going to, also all the Google Cloud APIs. So I'm going to press API key. It's going to give me an API key, which I'm not going to use, so I'll delete this afterwards, so it won't be any use to you. But I'm then going to press restrict key, and it's important we do this because now that it's attached to your Google Cloud Platform, it's actually also attached to your billing, so that if someone were to get their hands on it and use it, it would have an impact on billing. So I'm going to call this Test Maps API key, and the restrictions that I'm going to give it a referrer restriction, so HTTP referrer, so it's therefore only going to be from mywebsite.com, or in this instance I'm going to put harryfielder.com. Done. And I'm also, and this is only going to be important if you're using loads of other services, but I'm going to restrict the key to just Maps Embed API and Maps JavaScript API. And then I'm going to press Save. Okay. Now the key that we saw earlier, we should have copied and pasted it. We can always just jump in and see it here. But that is what needs to be shared with your web developer or whoever's embedding Google Maps, because that's going to essentially link the embedded code to your application, so that billing can be appropriate. You can also, there's a whole bunch of analytics as well behind it. So I hope that was useful. Give us a shout if you need a hand, and we'll be happy to help.